family. Hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Abdullah Ibrahim. And alhamdulillah, I've been given the honor of heading to Sudan to represent a delegation from Islamic Relief. Landed in Sudan after, over a 20-hour trip. We woke up in good health. MashaAllah, Sudan's such a beautiful country and the people are even more beautiful. This is kind of like when you prepare for like Hajj or Umrah. You don't know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to teach you out of this trip, but like when that thing happens for you, you know it when it happens for you. We're here out of Shagalab, Sudan, and like you can see behind me, the situation here is a lot worse than what we expected. We have these homes that are completely annihilated, brought down to rubble, and people having to move outside of the area.
So it's two homes actually together. So there's two families here. Both families were living side by side. So they had a wall here separating two houses. The wall is gone.
We're hearing stories of people actually already suffering from acute diarrhea. Now, this water is unfortunately mixing with the local water supply, and that is a huge problem for this community.
I'm in a school in Shagalab, and there's about 50 families at this school right now, and they're using it as sort of like a refugee camp for the flooded areas. And conditions here are really bad, and honestly, like being in the sun all day is it's really hard and really tiring and kind of painful, but what I'm going through is nothing nearly as bad as what all these people are going through. My name is Abdullah. I immediately fell in love with the land and fell in love with the people and fell in love with my Islamic Relief family. We're in the heat of Wad Ramli, Sudan, about 2.5 hours north of Khartoum, and we're distributing hygiene kits to some of the families that have been affected by these recent floods. And at a time like this, these items in this hygiene kit are life-saving. One of the stories we heard today was a family of four girls that are orphans, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had tested them with taking away their ability to speak and their ability to hear. And alhamdulillah, one of them writes, and she was able to write down the story for us and what had happened when the flood had hit.
The main problem for those families, they completely damaged. يعني احنا housing hold the essential item. كويس؟ المسألة بتاعت الفيدنج والبتاع دي second.
Leaving Wad Ramli on our way back from Wawisi, and we just left Wawisi and went back to Wad Ramli. The floods that hit Sudan initially impacted 500,000 people, and then that number increased to about 2 million people, and right now there's maybe 5 million people that are affected indirectly by these floods. Even for us, when we were out on the field, it was hard for us to, be there for as long as we were. But honestly, seeing these people in these conditions made us continue, made us stand on our feet. This past day has probably been the toughest day, for me at least. We went to go see some of the orphans within our orphan sponsorship program. And hearing their conditions prior to the sponsorships and hearing what they go through, what they went through, and how much of a impact this sponsorship has on them and their family. There was this time during the interview where it was sort of cheerful and it was sort of happy, and we were talking about how she wanted to be a doctor, and then she was telling us the different things that she loves learning in school, and one of them was the hadith. As you mentioned, the hadith, what was the most recent hadith that you learned? She sat for a couple of seconds and then she responded and she said,
رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في المجاهدة على أرملة والمسكين والمجاهد في سبيل الله.
That was definitely a hard moment, subhanAllah. These people, there's something about them internally that they're just so pure-hearted, subhanAllah.
It's been emotional, alhamdulillah, it really has been. I mean, seeing the plight of people in Sudan has been truly heartbreaking. Although we knew that we were coming to a humanitarian disaster zone, because we hadn't seen any coverage, we really didn't expect to see the level of destruction that we've seen.
It was a very transformative trip for me, and definitely opened up my eyes to the reality of these people's situations. Their hope is in all of you to help them and to make the situation better. It's my responsibility to have that same effect on them and their lives. and help it become transformative and speak up for them.
They say home is where the heart is. Well, my heart is still in Sudan, but it's good to be back home as well.
الناس كلها المفروض ترضى بقدر الجار.
أيوة.
الحياة حصلت لنا. زول يتفائل بالخير
أيوة.
وما يزعل وينكسر تاني في يعمل ونبني
سبحان الله.
الأمل فيه إن شاء الله. ما بننكسر نهائي إن شاء الله.